Oh, picture that moment, the clock ticking louder than your heartbeat, every second stretching into eternity. Mary glances at it, her heart stumbling as she notices Noah hasn't come home. He's never late, never. The bills piled on the counter seem to mock her now, whispering of all the other worries waiting for her. But none weigh as heavy as this silence. The hallway outside remains empty, the door unmoving. Panic rises like a lump in her throat. A single mother's mind doesn't take long to spiral. No partner to call, no one to calm her racing heart. Just her, the clock, and a mother's worst fear clawing its way in. Mary snatches up her phone, hands trembling as she dials the school office. Each ring stretches longer than the last, echoing in the emptiness of her living room. No one answers. It's after hours. The silence on the other end gnaws at her. Her breath catches, memories flashing of other days when she juggled work, when she missed important calls. The guilt stabs sharper tonight. Parents who grew up in homes like this know the feeling well, the helplessness of watching your mother stretched too thin. The unanswered line becomes more than a sound. It becomes a cruel reminder. She is utterly alone in this search. Desperation tightens its grip. She tries Noah's cell next, the one she sacrificed for, scrimping and saving just to give him a sense of safety. It rings once, then dies into voicemail. No signal, maybe a dead battery, maybe something worse. Her mind doesn't stop at reasonable explanations. It races to the darkest corners. Accidents, strangers, what if? Tears blur her vision as she sinks onto the couch, staring at the phone in her palm as though willing it to ring. In neighborhoods where kids are supposed to roam free, the silence of a dead line can scream louder than anything. Mary dials again, this time Noah's best friend's mom. She forces her voice steady, but it cracks anyway, spilling her worry. Did Noah come home with you? The pause on the other end feels like forever, until the answer drops. No, he wasn't seen after class. Her kitchen walls seem to close in tighter, the weight of financial strain pressing alongside panic. Daycare costs too much. She had trusted in the fragile rhythm of routine, and now that rhythm feels shattered. For every parent who is waited by the phone, praying for a simple reassurance, Mari's unraveling feels far too familiar. He doesn't wait anymore. Snatching her keys, she rushes to the bus stop where Noah should have been. The sky is turning gray, the wind scattering leaves across the pavement. The bench sits empty. No backpack, no familiar face. Her chest tightens so hard she can barely breathe. In a world where single parents carry every responsibility alone, this emptiness feels like an accusation. A passerby glances at her, then mentions casually, a boy had taken a detour earlier. Toward the park, maybe? Mary's heart races again. Her search has only begun, and dusk is already closing in. Door to door, she asks her neighbors, desperation painted on her face. Most shake their heads. One hesitates. An older man, Robert, says he might have seen a boy, maybe Noah, near the old playground. It's farther than she wants him wandering. Why would he go there? Shame burns in her chest. She knows how the world judges single mothers. Every whisper of neglect, every sideways glance at her tired face weighs heavier tonight. Still, she clings to that sliver of information. A lead is better than nothing, even if it pushes her further into fear. Behind the wheel, Mary glances down at the dashboard. Her heart sinks. The gas needle is barely above empty. She had been meaning to fill up, but groceries and bills had drained her already thin paycheck. She drives anyway. Red lights stretch forever. Traffic snarls like a cruel joke. Every delay gnaws at her already frayed nerves. She swerves to avoid a car, her breath shallow. The phone buzzes. It's work, demanding she cover a shift. She ignores it, tears welling. Tonight, there's no contest. Work can wait. Noah cannot. The blur of streets outside her window drags her mind backward. She remembers another time. Noah, younger, lost in a crowd at the county fair. She had screamed his name, voice breaking, lungs burning, until she finally found him. That panic is back now, sharper than before. Parents who've lived through scares like that know the memory never really leaves. It lingers, resurfacing in moments like this. Her phone dings, pulling her back. A message from the school's parent chat. She opens it, desperate. But there's no news about Noah. Just silence. Again. At a red light, Mary scrolls frantically. The parent app, social feeds, even the school's page. Nothing. Not a word. In an age where everything is posted instantly, this void feels sinister. The screen glow reflects off her tears as the light turns green and horns honk behind her. She doesn't move at first, frozen in that glow of hopelessness. The fear sharpens into something heavier, the shame of calling the police. Would they see her as negligent? Would they threaten to take him away? The thought paralyzes her, but the fear of doing nothing pushes her forward. He pulls into the precinct, hands trembling as she dials. Her voice cracks as she describes No, his brown hair, his worn sneakers, the gentle way he carries himself. The officer listens, serious and calm, promising to keep watch. Relief flickers, but dread lingers. Will they quietly judge her? Label her another overwhelmed single mom? She grips the wheel tighter. Then dispatch interrupts. A report. Someone saw a boy helping at a local shop. Her heart leaps. Could it be Noah? Meanwhile, Noah's story comes to light. After school, he spotted their elderly neighbor, Mrs. Wilkins, struggling with heavy grocery bags. His kind heart wouldn't let him walk away. He carried them for her, step by step, chatting as the minutes slipped by. His phone battery had died earlier, and he didn't even notice how much time had passed. His innocence shines here, helping without thought, even as the shadows grew long. Back in the neighborhood, word spreads. A neighbor texts another, who texts Mary. Finally hope. He was seen, alive, safe, just delayed. Mary nearly collapses with relief, though the panic hasn't fully loosened its grip. She rushes, her heart pounding, weaving through the streets toward the address. For single parents, community often feels out of reach, but tonight, those fragile threads pull her toward her son. She pulls him into her arms, hugging him so tightly he almost can't breathe. He buries his face in her hoodie, whispering, "I was just helping." The words shatter her, but they also heal her. She scolds him gently through her sobs, but forgiveness pours out all the same. In this doorway, under the soft, fading light, their bond speaks louder than any words. Later, at their small kitchen table, 2 mugs of tea steam between them. Mary's hands are steadier now, Noah's eyes still shining with guilt and love. They talk about checking in, about staying safe, about how neighbors can help. The fear lingers, but it's softened by this moment of connection. Because in the end, what holds them together isn't perfection, it's love. Raw, imperfect, resilient love. And for families like theirs, sometimes that love is the only thing that carries them through.